Alright, so this is the third video. If you made it this far, good stuff. I also want to include that at the end of all this, I'm gonna just do like a freestyle video. You know, where I'm just kind of like just doing combos, etc. Like transitioning on my own. Just showing you some stuff I would do like in game. Maybe some stuff like that. It's just gonna be like all over the place. And it's just gonna be kind of like a freestyle video, so you can just kind of see like me transitioning and just putting all the videos together. And I'm gonna upload some like ranked games and stuff that I play too. It's just like not capturing it that well, unfortunately. I'm new to the whole streaming thing. But yeah, I have some good. I go against some good people. I'm in the red ranks now, so you know, pretty high level players. You can see like what to do, what not to do. You can see me mess up a lot, see me conquer a lot of people. Anyways, today we're gonna do Crane. Keep in mind I do have counter hit on. Crane. The best part about Crane is getting people with a hop kick. You know, at least a pretty beefy combo. They had 74. You might be able to add another hit or two. I don't know. This is the combo I rock. Oh, I lied. That's what I usually go for. Crane again. It also has this, which is just 1+2. Yeah. Again, leads to the same combo. Oh, that's 80. But that just has an extra hit in it. Yeah, it's the same combo though. That's a counter hit. Crane also has pretty good low. Like I could stand here. No, I could stand here. Hit 4. Get that low. Not there. It's probably too far. There. See, it goes far, man. Get people with that a good amount. There's really no crane combos that transition. So if you're in crane and you want to switch stances, your options are up or down, really. So sometimes I'll do that. Like if first of all, if that gets blocked, you're probably getting punished. But if they don't, what I will either block or quickly transition into Panther by hitting up. And from Panther, like, you know, like I said in the video earlier, I'll either go, I'm looking for a low, I'm looking for a launcher. Those are some options you have. Typically when I use Crane, I'm trying to get them with this. I'm trying to hit them with that counter hit. And if I'm Crane, I'm not trying to be in it very long. I'm doing that low, or I'm going for the crush, or I'm going for this punch, which if blocked, actually sets you up in like a weird animation where like they block you, but you kind of go through them. I'll get into that a little bit, probably in the next video. There's a whole Razor Rush combo that does the same thing. But yeah, like when I'm in Crane, I'm not really trying to be in it too long. A cool thing about Crane is you actually cannot be hit low. You heard that correctly. You cannot be hit low. If they go for a low, you counter hit them every time. Like you could basically put the controller on the floor, and no one will ever be able to hit you low. So, little information to know. You can't be low in Crane. You're pretty safe. The next stance, Phoenix stance. Now I showed you in the first video one way to transition into it, which is Lay's combo. Ballroom dance. You could actually get into it. He has this kick, right? Which is just 3-3. Brings you to back turn. You just do the first kick of it, though, and hold back. You're also in Phoenix. You'll see in Phoenix you don't stay in it very long. No matter what you do, no matter what you hold, you don't stay in it. But yes, there are ways to stay in it. You could do that same 3 kick. 3 back, 3 back, 3 back. See? That's a high. He also has another one, which is just back 3. See that one? That's a mid. And he stays in it, coming all the way over. So in Phoenix, I'm doing that kick. I'm doing this kick. And you also have this, which is 2. Which leads, you know, to a combo. That 2 punch also has, you know, the super armor priority. So if they hit you, you'll just eat the hit and still hit them. Which, in my opinion, shouldn't even be in Tekken 7, but it's a conversation for another day. But yeah, it has that priority. So to transition, Phoenix can transition into Snake, like that, with 4. It's a low, and you're right into Snake. Yeah. Do whatever you want from Snake, transition. Stay in Snake. Doesn't matter. That's basically it for the Crane in Phoenix. Oh, also you could do this in Phoenix. It's unblockable. Again, you're not really going to hit that very often at all, but I've definitely won a lot of clutch games using this move because they just did not see it coming. Because you never, you know, that's like a 5th round type move, you know. Okay, so let's do Drunk Stance. So this sweep also is a transition I forgot to include in the first video. If you do this, you know, he has this move. If you hold down after it, you're in Snake. Right? But if you hold forward, you're in Drunk. So again, that's just one sweep that can lead into 2 stances. Regular sweep. Sweep into Snake. Sweep into Drunk. Drunk stance is honestly like my favorite stance out of all of them. And it's the last standing up stance. The next ones are all the laying down ones. So obviously you save the best for last. This is your basic what you really want to get in Drunk Stance is this headbutt. I want to get that headbutt because it leads to this. That's optimal. You want to practice his drunk combos. That one. Also, when you're in Drunk Stance, you can take a drink. If Lei does that, if you take the drink and get into laying down stance, you get health back. To take a drink, up and away punches. You can also fake it. So if you could take a drink, and they're gonna stop. They're gonna want to hit you. They're not gonna want you to do that. Boom. Hit him with a 1, right in the middle of it. Let's see. That's your 4. That's your 3. Those are your 2s and Drunk. The headbutt is back punches. Sometimes, you know, sometimes you'll miss it if you're too far. Doesn't go as far as you think. The cool thing in Drunk is it's hard. It's hard to like just keep track of Lei's movement. You see? Like this is just hitting forward once. Like, he's right there, you know. So what I'll do is, as he's staggering towards them, like around there, I'll just go for the headbutt at a safe distance. Like here, start staggering, headbutt. Whoops. You know what I'm saying? Like I won't stagger all the way to them. I'll stop. You could do that during his drunken like movement. Look how close you get with it. That's just hitting forward one time. Stagger towards him, hit. Headbutt. Your combo, the combo in Drunk Stance that could lead to other stances is this one. See, it leads to Phoenix if you hold back. And it leads to Crane if you hold forward. And the reason why its stance changes is because you see that the flip kick it ends with, right? You can just do that flip kick. That does the same thing. Phoenix. Crane. And that combo ends with that flip kick. It's like, it's similar to this, like the 3 punches in Snake. That lead to that Panther. And how the last 3 punches of this are actually the 3 punches of Snake. It's the same thing. You'll notice Lei has a couple of moves like that are just like repeats of others, just in different stances. So again, that's the combo. Also on counter, that combos. In Tekken Tag, it used to actually bind them down so you could combo more, but... So again, that's sweep into drunk. So hold forward after sweep. 3-2. Okay, now laying down stance. Oh, before I get there, I want to show you the how Razor Rush works. Razor Rush is just you're dashing forward, tapping forward. And you see how Lei like puts his hands kind of like to his ribs a little. That's how you know. That's how you know you're in it. And there's 2 Razor Rushes. You have one that starts with 2, right? So it's 2, 1, 2. Into kick with 4, and you can go into crane. Right? Now the thing about the 2-1, 2-1 punch is if it's blocked, you stagger them. So he's like, he looks like he's drunk, like during the animation. And actually leads to back turned if they block it all. So you'll be here. And you can set up a move. That's the 3. That's the Razor Rush starting with 3. Does that look familiar? Because that's the Panther combo. But you can see you could do that combo, not even in Panther. Just forward 4 punches. Same thing. So it's the same combo, except not in Panther stance. Where was I going with that? Oh yeah, so the same thing. You Razor Rush forward, and you can start it with a kick as well. Start with 4. Right? 4-1. Hold forward Tiger stance. It's the same thing. That's the same thing as this. 4-1 and Dragon. It's the same thing. Except it starts with a Razor Rush. I know it's a lot to remember. A lot of the same moves and different stances, different ways to get into them. Which is good though, because if this is like, if you're in Dragon and this is how you set up your Tiger every time, they're gonna see that coming. You know? If you're throwing out moves and you just Razor Rush it, maybe you'll get them that time. Because they didn't see this first. They didn't see they didn't see Dragon into 1-2, and they're like, okay, now he's in Tiger. He's probably gonna low sweep again. You just Razor Rush into it, and it's the same thing. You're in Tiger. Yeah. Now the main Razor Rush is the 1-2, 1-2. Looks like this, right? You can enter with a kick. You can enter with a low. You can end with the mid. Again, into crane. It's the same thing as the other combos. You can go into crane at the end of it. Now, each Razor Rush punch goes into different stances. If you Razor Rush once, Snake. So you Razor Rush, up or down, goes into Snake. Doesn't matter if it's up or down, it's always going to go into Snake. 2, Dragon. 3, Panther. 4, Tiger. And Razor Rush is you got to get used to doing it. That that dash has to just feel like effortless. That's a lot of thing that it turns a lot of people away from. Like, they don't like that, how that feels. Like, you just like, you're kind of like lightly tapping forward is the best way I know how to describe it. Little secret technique, a little mix up I'll share with you all. You do Razor Rush one punch, don't stance change, go for a launcher. I know it sounds stupid, but if you're I can't tell you how many times I get people with that. And it's like it's fairly safe as well. I get it all the time. I like don't it baffles me every time I get it, but I swear I get it. It probably works, I'd say, like 80% of the time. Boom, boom. I don't know why. It just does. Oh, it just reminded me of another stance transition. As if I didn't give you enough already. Another way to get into Snake. See, Lei has this launcher. You just hold forward after. Snake. Another way to get into it. You might want a notepad. Keep track of all of it. Okay, next we're going to do laying down stances. So, we did Crane, we did Drunken, we did Phoenix. And we did Razor Rush. Razor Rush in itself is like a stance, because you have three versions of it. Like I said, you have the one that starts with 2, right? Which is 3 punches into kick. Then you have the 4 punches and that starts at 1. And you have the one that starts with a kick. Which is the same, like I said, which is the same thing as this Panther combo. Right? I mean the same thing as this here Dragon combo. Right, so that's what the Dragon combo looks like. This is the Razor Rush. It's the same exact thing. You do the same exact transitions that you can do in one, you can do in the other. It's the same exact thing. So look what his hands do during Razor Rush. That's how you know you're doing it. They go to the side, like his rib cage. Okay. Next is the laying down stances. We'll start with the most basic of them, which is just down 3-4. And we'll start with this sweep. You want to get down this basic combo. This is the important one, because if you do get the sweep off, you want maximum damage from it. That needs to become robotic. You gotta get that. And it used to be this, and that would like bind them down in Tekken Tag. Very hard habit for me to break. But I did, and I found that I think I found this to be the optimal punish. So that's just that's 3. This is 4, which is pretty fair. It's a fairly safe kick as well. Also 2 will just make you lay down normally. And 1, as you know, rolls over, changes the stance. So this is the basic one. So we have the sweep. We have this. That's really all you can do in this one. This one has more moves. So if you press 1 when you're in this stance, and he has his feet towards them with his foot up. That is 3 and 4 together. This move, it's a double mid. You'll get people a lot of people see Lei laying down and they're assuming you're gonna go for a low. Just but there's a mid for you. This is 4. He just gets up with a mid. And this is 3. And that's 3 actually is a lot longer than it looks. I could be here and get them with it. Goes pretty far. Probably get them from here too. Yeah. Goes pretty far. That's with his foot laying up. So he has the 3 long range sweep, right? He's got this getting up 4. And he has the kicks together in that one. He has this as well. This is sliding. This is honestly one of my favorite Lei moves in the entire game. This is sliding 4 into 3. and he goes right back into that stance. You can do this as much as you want. Now, cool thing about that is you can do that standing up as well. 4 into 3. See? You get them all day. Roll over. Get into drunk. Yeah, get fancy with it. So that's it. That's it for those those two. Those are with the feet hanging towards them. So again, you have this one, which really you're only doing 2 things out of. That's the basic. This one with the foot up is the fun stuff, right? You have the mid. You have that. You get the long range sweep. Or you can just get up with 4. Now we're going to do the head. Foot down, head towards them. This is 4. Do the nice, get a nice launcher there. Alright, if I could get that last kick, that'd be great. That's 4. This is 3. It's just a sweep. Yeah, it could lead to this. Pretty decent damage. Again, sweep. As you see what happened there? Didn't sweep them. To get that sweep off, you got to be right next to him. I don't really use that move too much. You see I switch sides there. I changed the laying down stance I was in. This, same thing, head towards them, foot down. This is sliding 3 into 4. You get that. Sliding 4 into 3, nothing. Three is the sweep. 4 is your mid launcher, which is a really badass move. There we go. Now we got the kick there. Okay. Now we're gonna do laying down, head towards them, foot up. That's 3. Similar to the other sweep. A little slower. Again, you could pick them up with the same thing, ballroom dance. That's 3. This is 4. Get up with a mid. This, one of my favorite moves also. I love getting people with this. This is 3 and 4 together. Wow, as I mess it up. 3 and 4 together. From there, also mix up to do. I'll get up, right? Drunk. Another thing I'll do out of that. Again, I'm gonna show you all like millions of my mix-ups at the end of these videos. I'm just gonna show you a couple right now. So when you're here, you do 3 plus 4. Miss, sweep. And 3 plus 4. Miss, mid. It's a decent move, like when you hit them with it, even if you whiff it, like you could still just be all over the place. You know, I could whiff it, land right in front of them, drunk. A lot of it's unsafe, but like, you know, lay is a lot about being in people's head to set you up to do like kind of unsafe, like fancy things and just get setups. Okay, I was digressing a little bit. Okay, so let's get back to the stance. That was 3 plus 4. That's sliding 4, 3. See, I'm on the other side. I have his foot up, head towards them. 4, 3. You could just spam that if you want to practice it. Just sliding 4 into 3. Sliding 3 into 4 does nothing. So now you're thinking, which are the ones that have the slides in it? It's this. It's feet towards them with his foot up is 4 into 3. Foot up, head towards them, again, 4 into 3. The easy way to remember it. Foot up, always 4. You could slide 4 to 3. That's it for the laying down stances, really. You can get up into drunk. You want to do that a lot. Another cool mix-up here Not really a mix up, just a thing you could do. You do drunk, miss the headbutt. Back in the drunk, stagger towards them, hit the headbutt. I think in my next video I'm gonna just show you like a compilation of just a bunch of things you could do now. Now that you have like the basics of like all the stances, how to transition into them all, what you can do in each stance. I'm gonna get into like more advanced stuff in the next video. So these first three, I know it's a lot, but there's a lot to cover. And one final thing is this move I wanted to show. Ends in back turn. That's just towards them, up towards them kicks. You can combo out of that. Also, I showed you the slide, the 4 into 3, leads you to the feet towards them, foot up stance, right? 3 into 4 does this. See, it leads to back turn stance, and you can do that 3 times, just by pressing B after. So the first time it's 3 into 4, then it's 4, 4, 4. 1, 2, 3. Right? And that leads to back turn. It also leads to laying down, which is just hitting down. It leads to laying down with your head towards them. Right? You could do it once into laying down. 2. 3. Alright, so I think the next video I'm gonna post how to like wrap it all together. You're gonna see a lot of stuff in the next video too that that maybe I didn't explain or show you in detail or something. But like now that you've seen the first 3, it should be no problem. You'll be able to be like, okay, that's what he's doing. I get it. Alright, thanks for watching. I'll send the next one soon.